Hi, my name's Dan and I was diagnosed with a grade 3 astrocytoma in February 2023, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about returning to exercise after treatment and how this has helped me through my journey. So I've always been very sporty and enjoyed playing football and running, and I've cycled to work. So being active and doing sports has been a big part of my life. So not being able to do it for a while following surgery and radiotherapy was difficult to take, and obviously meant that my fitness wasn't quite up to what it normally was. Obviously I needed to prioritise getting through the surgery and the radiotherapy initially, and when I got to a point where I could feel like I could exercise a little bit more, I started with some walking, just going around the block. Even this was quite strenuous to start with, so I had to start fairly easy and then gradually build it up from there. And eventually getting back to doing some running, short distances at an easy pace, and then gradually building that up as I felt able to, but just adapting with what my body was telling me at the time. I felt that this certainly helped with my physical health and my recovery from the treatment that I'd had, and especially when I was going through chemotherapy as well, that was helping me to feel better. But it also helped with my mental well-being, and especially when I started to get back to playing football, it gave me back a little bit of my identity, which I'd lost following the diagnosis. So certainly getting back into exercise and sport has been very, very important for my recovery and my well-being overall. I think that in terms of advice to anybody who's thinking about returning to exercise, I would certainly be encouraging it. I'm a physiotherapist, so I know the importance of exercise and the benefits it can bring to the body physically and mentally as well, especially if you're involved in team sports. If you're able to get back to doing them, the social aspect of it is so important as well. And I found that a lot of support that I had following my treatment came from being back with the football club. We put out a fundraising event to them, and we managed to raise £1,000 just within the club. So even just the support from them, being able to get back to getting involved in that was massive in terms of making me feel better. Obviously, if you're thinking about returning to exercise after treatment, it's certainly worth speaking to the specialist or the clinical nurse specialist for their advice first. Everybody's journey is different and everybody's treatment might be slightly different, so it would be worth getting the clearance from them first, and then really just taking it steady, starting slow and easy, and gradually building it up as your body allows you to, and adapting what you're doing depending on how your body responds, especially if you are going through chemotherapy as well. Obviously I didn't do as much exercise around the weeks that I was on the chemo, and then managed to build it up a little bit in the rest of the month before I went to my next round of chemo. So yeah, it's certainly worth making sure that you're being patient with it and gradually building it up. But exercise and returning to activity is so important, so I would definitely advocate it wherever possible.